conditioning. Just a set of medium and then a set of heavy weights for today. We'll do everything on the floor. Let me get this set up. I already got my weights. All right, go ahead and come and find a seat. Draw your right leg long, sole of your left foot in towards your right thigh. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Deep side bend over to the right side body. Reach the left arm overhead, stacking your left shoulder over the right. Chin and chest stays lifted. Hold here for one more breath. Inhale as you lift. Sweep both arms back up overhead, so with your right leg out long. Turn your body so your torso is over your right leg, and then fold over your right leg. Maybe grabbing the sole of your foot, maybe grabbing your calf or your thigh. Just avoid grabbing your ankle or your knee. You can deepen the stretch by drawing your left elbow down towards the floor. Hold it here for one more breath. Gently rise up. Switching sides, left leg long, draw sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Sweep your arms up high overhead, both sit bones in towards the floor. Release your left hand down, right arm sweeps up high overhead. Deep side bend over to the left side, stacking your right shoulder over the left. Hold it here for one more breath. Deep inhale, rise up. Sweep your arms back up overhead. Gently rotate your torso so you're framing your left leg and fold forward. You can grab the sole of your left foot, maybe your calf or your thigh, just folding over the left side body. Both shoulders in one line. Hold it here for one more breath. Gently rise up. Keep your left leg long, draw the right leg out long, coming to a wide stretch. We're going to rock forward, keeping your back flat, maybe bringing your palms down, maybe bringing your forearms down. Gently walk your hands back in towards center. Gently reach your right arm across your body, gently pulling your right forearm in towards your left shoulder. Open and switch. Left arm across your body, gently pulling your left forearm in towards your right shoulder. Open, release your right hand behind your head. So today we have 5 different sets. Each set has a strength portion and a cardio portion, 40 seconds for each. And we'll pair them up and we'll do them 4 times before moving on to the next set. Open, draw your left elbow wide. And again, everything is going to be on the floor. And then release your left leg, circle out your arms. All right, let's come on down to the floor. So we are starting with a dead bug. So grab a weight into your right hand. We've got, again, 40 seconds on. Dead bug, so the weight is in your right hand. We're going to work our right arm and our left leg. All right, coming to that reverse tabletop position. Here we go. Right arm, left leg extends, draw it in. You can keep your left hand by your left hip or reach your left arm directly over your shoulder. Left arm, right leg are completely still, stacking your right knee directly over your hip. So in between our strength and our cardio, we have 10 seconds to set the weights down, maybe grab a sip of water, catch your breath, reset. Your cardio here is going to be bicycle crunches. You got 5 more seconds. First 10-second breather coming up. All right, Julie, set the weight down. We have those bicycle crunches, so elbows are wide. Draw your knees back over your hips, knees are bent, opposite elbow to opposite knee, and switch, and switch. Exhale as you reach elbow to knee, inhale as you come through center. Try to keep both toes the entire time. Your lower back is pressed in towards the floor, maybe point more through your toes. You want to make it more challenging, reach your heels towards the floor, just hovering. You can also extend the legs up to any diagonal. So this is round 1 of 4. You've got 7 more seconds here. We're grabbing that weight back in our right hand for right arm, left leg dead bug. All right, maybe stretch it a little bit. You can extend your arms and legs long in opposite directions. We're grabbing that weight. We're going for round 2 in 1. Here we go. Right arm, left leg, extend, draw it in. Left arm, right leg is completely still. Reach, draw it in. If the arm is too much, you can always take out that move. You can do just the lower body. Again, it's just the left leg. We'll do the opposite leg here after the 4th round. Extend, draw back in. You've got 10 more seconds here. Keep it going. Just resting your head on the floor, gazing up towards the ceiling. All right, set that weight down. Draw both knees over your hips. Knees are bent at 90, elbows are wide, tucked behind your head. Tuck your chin up, hover your shoulders. From here, bicycle crunches. This is set 2 out of 4. Keep it going. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Bend and extend the leg. We're firing up that core. You've got it. Keep it going. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. You got 15 more seconds. Still going. Still moving. Last 5. That's 3, 2. All right, you can tuck your knees to your chest. You can extend your arms and legs long for a tiny stretch before we grab our weight and our right hand. Going for round 3. Right arm, left leg, extend, draw it in. Drawing your navel deep into your spine up to the crown of your head. So think of your lower back zipping towards the floor. Not any bit of air or space can get between your lower back and that mat or that floor. Right arm, left leg, extend, draw back in. Left arm, right leg is completely still. Round 3, right here. Right arm, left leg moving. Extend, draw everything back in. Right where you started. Woo, go to the weight down. This 40 seconds really flew by. We've got bicycle crunches in 2 and 1. Set it up. Extend and switch. You can speed it up. You can slow it down. Just make sure you're exhaling as you cross your body, reaching the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Deep inhale as you come through the middle. You do not have to make that connection with your elbow to knee. 15 more seconds. Stay with it. Extend and bend. Less than 10. We've got our last round coming up here. Stay with it. You've got 2 and 1. Tuck your knees to your chest. Maybe extend your arms and legs long. Create a tiny arch in your lower back. A little stretch here before we come into the 4th round. Weights in your right hand. Here we go. Left arm, right arm, left leg. I'm thinking leg when I said right. You got it. Keep it going. Left hand can be by your side. You can use that left arm directly out from your shoulder. Maybe bend it like a cactus. You can reach up towards the ceiling with or without a weight. Most important thing is that lower back is zipped to the floor. Just your right arm and left leg are moving. Keep it going. All right, set that weight down. Get a little stretch in here. Bicycle crunches, last round, here we go. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. So you guessed it. After this, we're grabbing that weight into our left hand for those left dead bugs. Just the left arm and the right leg will be moving next. Your cardio for that portion is going to be Russian twists with one weight between your palms. Keep it going. You still got 20 seconds. You're halfway there. 10-second breather coming up next. That's it. Stay with it. Still going. Still moving. All right. Find your rest of choice. When you're ready, grab that weight in your left hand. Draw your knees back over your hips. Bend in the elbows. Bend in the knees. Left arm. Whoop, right leg. I wouldn't have bent my left leg just by chance. So just your left arm and right leg are moving. Again, you can keep your right arm overhead, over your shoulder. You can keep it down by your hip. You can extend that right arm directly out from your shoulder. Lower back is zipped to the floor. As you're lifting that leg, are you noticing that your lower back is lifting up? If so, maybe don't lower your leg as far. Keep it going. All right, we're gonna hold on to that weight now. We're gonna gently rock up, and we have Russian twists. You can keep your feet planted or hover your legs. Here we go, side to side. Twist it out. Maybe look where you're twisting. You do not have to tap that weight or your hand to the floor. Keep it going, side to side. Last 20. You got round 2. Weight is in your right hand. Working that left leg, dead bug, in 5, 3, 2, here we go. Come on back to your starting position. You got a few more seconds remaining before we come into round 2. Right hand, left leg, extends, draw it in. You've got it. Extend, draw it in. Almost there. Stay with it. Moving here with your breath. So again, if your belly is doming outwards, if your lower back is lifting off the floor, draw that left leg out to a diagonal or up towards the ceiling as opposed to closer towards the floor. You never want to compromise form. Keep it going. Do what you can today. All right. Catch your breath. We're rocking ourselves up for those twists. Side to side again, feet planted or hovering. Here we go. Round 2. Keep it going. Almost there. Stay with it. You're getting almost 3 minutes in for each of these moves. Last 12. Your elbows can be bent, your arms can be straight. Round 3, coming up in 5. Last 2. All right, gently roll back. Catch your breath. We're keeping that weight in our right hand. Round 3, right here, knees bent. Right arm, left leg extends. Draw it in. Keep it going. I think we just did the right arm and left leg the first round. All right, do the left side. I'm sorry about that. Left arm, right leg. Keep it going. I thought it felt very familiar, much more sore than the left arm. You've got it. Left arm, right leg extends. Drop back into starting position, just as if you're in a reverse tabletop. All right, find your focus. We're gonna roll on up, twisting side to side. Here we go. Round 3 right here. You got one more round of these 2 moves after this. We're gonna grab a second weight for our 3rd round of moves. We have a chest press with the leg raise and lower. We do have that weight in our left hand for our left arm, right leg dead bugs. One more time, and one more time of these twists. Keep it going side to side. You've got 5. That's 3, 2. All right, roll back. Weight is in your left hand. We're gonna work the left arm, right leg in just a moment. Knees are bent. Right hand overhead by your hips or out to the side. Here we go. Last time doing this. Left arm, right leg extends, drop back in. Actively pressing your lower back in towards that mat. Taking note of how this side feels, maybe slightly different than the other side. We've got one more round of those twists in less than 10. 3, 2. All right, rock on up when you're ready. You've got 7 more seconds here. Try to lean your waistband of your pants or your shorts down towards the mat, weight between your palms. Here we go, side to side. Last time. After this, we're going to grab that second weight. We have a wide arm chest press, one weight in each hand, with a zipped leg raise and lower. You can have those legs straight, or you can keep a bend in the knees. That's it, you're halfway there. Stay with it, just side to side. Last 15. Yes, you can. Keep it going. Almost there. Last 5, 3, 2. All right. When you're ready, grab that second weight, roll on back. Extend your legs out long, zip your legs together. Elbows are slightly lower than your shoulders. Chest press, leg raise and lower. Now, you want those leg raises and lowers to be super slow. Think the slower, the better. You can have your leg raises in sync with your chest press, or your chest press faster or slower than your leg raise and lower. Most important thing is if once again that lower back is zipped to the floor, not any bit of air can get between your lower back and that mat. Keep it going. That's 3, 2. All right, set those weights down. Your cardio here is going to be legs up towards the ceiling. You can have the legs straight or knees bent. And we have hip lifts. So hands by your side. You can also place them under your hips, lifting your hips up high. Think about trying to touch your toes, maybe stamping the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Try to avoid using momentum of rocking forwards and backwards or side to side to get those legs up towards the ceiling. Firing up those lower abs here. That's it. You've got it. Keep it going. Hands behind your head, hands under your hips, maybe just next to your hips. Lift and lower. Can be a tiny lift, can be a few inches. You got it. All right. Release those legs down towards the floor. Bring those weights in your hands. Elbows slightly lower than your shoulders. Here we go. Chest press, leg raise and lowers. Keep it going. Lower the legs as far as you can without your lower back lifting, without your belly doming outwards. Keep it going. Find the depth that works for you. This is round 2 of 4. You can also do a slow leg raise and lower. Hold the legs to a hover or up towards the ceiling as you come into a chest press, or you can combine those moves together. All right, gently release the weights down. Legs up to the ceiling, maybe bend in the knees or you can have the legs straight. Option for hands. Here we go, hip lifts, gentle lift and lower, trying to avoid using momentum. Maybe you're getting your hips higher off of the floor or your hands this round. Keep it going. This is proof that you don't necessarily need to be jumping in order to sweat. You've got it. Hip lifts, lift and lower. You've got less than 10 seconds here. Breather coming up in 3, 2, and 1. All right, catch your breath. Grab those weights, one weight in each hand. Zip leg raise and lower with the chest press. Here we go. Bringing those legs down to the depth that works for you. Chest press as you lower your elbows down towards the floor. Keep them slightly lower than your shoulders, so you're not at a completely 90-degree angle with your rib cage. Keep it going. Pressing up, knuckles towards the ceiling, palms facing away from your body. You got it. Press as you lift and lower legs, or breaking down the moves one at a time. Turn the weights down. Legs bent or legs up towards the ceiling, hands on your hips, elbows wide behind your head or just by your hips. Hip lifts. Really firing up that lower body right here. Lift and lower. You got it. 10 seconds down. Stay with it. You got one more round after this. Keep it going. Hip lift and lower. Toes or soles of your feet up to the ceiling. Legs straight or knees bent. You got 7. All right, gently release the legs down. Grab those weights. You can start with your legs up to the ceiling or down to the floor. Sit them together, elbows below your shoulders. Chest press with the leg raise and lower. Legs can be straight. You can also have a micro bend and the knees. Knuckles up to the ceiling. Keep it going. Working your chest. Squeezing your thighs, working the inner and outer thighs by squeezing them together. Imagine you have a piece of paper between your thighs. You want to keep it there. Firing up those lower abs with the lower and lift. That's 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the weights down to the floor. Knees can be bent. Legs can be straight. We have hip lifts coming up. Keeping your head flat on the floor, just gazing up towards the ceiling. Lift and lower. That's it. Keep it going. Almost there. Tiny lifts. All right, next up, we're going to work our glutes. We have a glute bridge. Keep it going. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, grab those 2 heavy weights. Zip your legs together. Legs are in one line. One weight on each hip. You can also do it with just body weight. Glute bridge, lift and lower. Legs are zipped here. Squeeze your glutes to the top. Squeeze them to release down. Shoulders stay pressed in towards the floor, just working those glutes. Lower body here. Lift and lower. Keep it going. We've got a suitcase crunch coming up next, with or without one weight between your palms. Last 3, 2, and 1. Set the weights down or use one weight. Zip your legs together, send them long behind you. Reach your arms up overhead. We're crunching our knees to our chest, elbows to our knees. Here we go. This is your cardio. Reach and crunch. Reach and crunch. Keep it going. Extend. Draw everything in. You can keep your neck flat on the floor. You can also hover your neck as you reach your hands towards your knees. Zipped glute bridge coming up in 10. You've got this. Stay with it. Last 3, 2. All right, release those weights by your side. That one weight, grab those 2 weights, 1 weight in each hand. Zip your legs together, feet, ankles, knees, thighs. Here we go. Zipped glute bridge, lift and lower. Squeeze your glutes to the top. If you're using those weights on your hips, please make sure you're holding them there so they don't roll down as you lift your hips high. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Last 10. That's 3, 2, and 1. Using 1 weight or no weights. Suitcase crunch. Reach your arms overhead. Reach your legs out long. Crunch your knees to your chest. Elbows to your knees. And extend. Crunch. And extend. You've got this. Keep it going. You are so strong. Reach and crunch. Keep it going. Extend and bend. Working the total core right here. You got 10 more seconds. Round 3 coming up next. Last 2. All right. Reset for that narrow glute bridge. Zip the legs together. Weights on your hips if you're using them. Everything in one long line. Lift and lower. Squeeze at the top. As you lower down, continue to squeeze. As your glutes barely tap the floor, continue to squeeze. You've got it. Pressing in towards the floor with all 3 points of your feet. Lift and lower. Maybe gazing up towards the ceiling. Maybe closing your eyes. Last 7. That's 3, 2, and 1. All right, with or without that weight, suitcase crunch. Extend your arms out long, feet out long. Here we go. Reach and crunch. Extend and bend. Continue to squeeze your thighs together. Think of your legs as one object versus 2. You've got it. Reach and extend. 15 more seconds. Last 5. All right, grab those weights. Bring the weights to your hips if you're using them. Zip your legs together. Here we go. Narrow glute bridge, lift and lower. Last time for these 2 moves, and then we're moving on. Lift and lower. Stay with it. Narrow glute bridge, lift and lower. Your cardio portion is your suitcase crunch with or without 1 weight between your palms. Last 12. You've got it. That's 3, 2, and 1. Gently set those weights down. Extend your arms out long overhead. Feet are long. Reach your arms overhead. Here we go. Reach and crunch. Reach and crunch. Next up, we have a butterfly glute bridge lift and lower. So again, you can place those weights on your hips if you choose to do so. That is your strength portion. Knees tracking out wide, soles of your feet to touch. Last 15. Keep it going. Reach and crunch. Almost there. Last 2. All right, draw the soles of the feet together. Bring those weights to your hips if you are using them. We're gonna lift and lower here. So just your hips lifting and lowering. It's a small movement. You're decreasing the range of motion because the soles of your feet are touching, because you're pressing that outer knife edge and your outer ankle in towards the floor. If you're using those weights, make sure to hold them. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Almost there. Last 5, 3, 2. Set the weights down. Draw your arms overhead, clasp your hands, release your index finger. Here we go. We have crunches, still in that butterfly position. We're gonna reach up, reach towards our toes, release down, reach up, crunch, and down. Upper abs right here. Keep it going. Reach up and release. Still going. Still moving. Last 15. Yes, you can. You are so close. Last 10. You got it. 2 and 1. Grab those weights. Still butterfly your knees open. Weights to your hips. We're going to lift and lower. And 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Lift and lower. All right, go ahead and set those weights off to the side. We've got those butterfly crunches. Soles of your feet still together. Clasp your arms overhead. Release your index fingers. Extend overhead and reach. Overhead and crunch. Upper abs right here. Try to keep the arms straight. Nice stretch for all those chest presses that you previously did with the leg raise and lower. This butterfly position is also fantastic for opening up those hips, for all those narrow variations that we just did. Last 3, 2, release down. Grab those weights once again. Place them on your hips. If you're using them, you can always forego the weights. Here we go. Lift and lower, round 3. Squeeze your glutes the entire time. We're working the outer glute. Lift and lower. Remember, your range of motion is decreased because your soles of your feet are together. If your feet were planted, you'd be able to lift a little bit higher. Keep your shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Avoid doing a fuller bridge or wheel. Our focus here is the glutes. Last 10. You've got it. Stay with it for 5. That's 3, 2, and 1. Gently set the weights down. You can also keep those weights on your hips to keep your knees open or tuck them off to the side. Reach your arms overhead, clasp your palms, release your index fingers, crunch up, and release. You should feel this in your upper abs. Maybe lift higher, trying to reach one more vertebrae each time off of the floor as you point towards your toes. Release down, lift, and release. That's it. Reach up and back down. Keep it going. Right, last round right here. Grab those weights, place them on your hips. Please make sure you're holding them if you have those weights on your hips. Here we go. Lift and lower. Squeeze glute to the top. You got this. Last time doing this, make this your best round yet. As you lift the hips, try not to bring those knees towards one another. Keep them open towards the floor. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Last 10. You've got this. Last 5. 3, 2. Gently set those weights off to the side. Reach your arms overhead. Clasp your hands. Release your index fingers. Arms are straight, biceps to ear. Crunch up. Reach your fingertips toward your toes. Release back down. Maybe as you crunch up, you can see even further, even more of your foot each time. Release back down. One vertebrae at a time. Slow and controlled. We're not going for speed on these. We're bringing that heart rate down just a little bit. You've got 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands by your side. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest, grabbing your shins. You can grab the back side of your thigh, drawing your knees towards the shoulders. Maybe roll side to side if that's comfortable for you. Lower back is still pressing in towards the floor. You are welcome to stay here. If you'd like, you can draw the soles of your feet out towards the ceiling, grabbing the back side of your thighs or grabbing the outer knife edges of your feet. Continuing to rock side to side. Lots of core, lots of glutes. We got in some chest work as well. In the middle, you can extend one leg, just as we did when we were sitting down, drawing the sole of one foot in towards the straight leg's thigh. And of course, what you do on one side, just switching directions, keeping everything symmetrical. You can come into a wide leg straddle, drawing both legs out wide. Again, continuing to hold the back side of your thighs or the outer edges. You can draw the soles of your feet together. Actively pressing your lower back into the floor. From here, draw your knees in towards your chest. Keep your right knee bent towards your right shoulder. Extend your left leg long to a hover. Flex your left toes. Point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Maybe tuck your chin in for an active stretch. Left leg is hovering. A little more core right here. Release your left leg and your shoulders down to the floor. With your left hand, grab the outside of your right. Gently pull it across the left side of your body. Maybe gently looking over your right shoulder. You can extend your right arm long. You can bend your right arm, bringing your palm facing up. Gently come back to the middle, switching sides. Draw your left knee in towards your outer left shoulder. Release your right leg long to a hover. Flex your right foot. Point, flex, circle out your left ankle, toes. You can also tuck your chin, hovering your shoulders for an active stretch. Right leg is just hovering, grazing that floor. Push your shoulders down, release the right leg down. With your right hand, gently grab the outside of your left knee, gently pulling it across the right side of your body. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Maybe extend your left arm long. You can bend your arm. Here for one more breath. Gently come back to the middle. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. When you're ready, cross your ankles, coming into a tabletop position, and then walking your legs out long to a high plank. You can also lower your knees down with your elbows tucked in. We're going to slowly lower down for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down with your wrists under your shoulders. Press up, 1 mini cobra. Release back down. Walk your hands to your lowest rib cage. Palms pressing in towards the floor. Press up all the way. Nice core stretch. Gently look over your right shoulder towards your right heel. Cut back to center, gaze up. Over your left shoulder towards your left heel. Cut back to center. Bring your gaze forward. Press your hips back, coming into a child's pose. You can keep your knees narrow, hip width. You can draw your knees towards the outer edges of your mat, wider than your hips. Maybe releasing your forehead onto the floor. Fingertips stretch out long as your hips press in towards your heels. You can gently rock your forehead from side to side. Up. Tuck your toes. Slowly come to a standing position. Sweep your arms up high overhead. One more. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining me.